Welcome back to Nation of Glory, the home of inspiring stories from the legends and icons who have touched millions of hearts across the world. Today, we celebrate the remarkable journey of a woman who represents strength, resilience, and legacy in professional wrestling. She is a trailblazer, a record setter, and one of the most respected athletes in WWE history. This is the story of Natalya Catherine Neidhart Wilson, better known to the world as Natalya. Born on May 27, 1982, in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Natalya grew up surrounded by wrestling greatness. She is the daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart, a powerhouse wrestler known for his energy and strength, and the granddaughter of Stu Hart, the legendary patriarch of the Hart family wrestling dynasty. From the very start, wrestling was in her blood, not just a profession but a family tradition that spanned generations. Growing up in the Hart household was like living in a wrestling school. Natalya spent her childhood in the famous Hart Dungeon, the legendary training facility in the basement of the Hart family home, where countless champions were born. She watched her uncles, Bret the Hitman Hart and Owen Hart, light up arenas around the world, and she dreamed of one day stepping into that same spotlight. Wrestling wasn't just entertainment for Natalya, it was family, it was identity, it was destiny. But destiny isn't handed easily, even to those born into greatness. Natalya's path was filled with challenges that tested her determination. In an industry dominated by men, where women's wrestling was often undervalued, she knew she had to fight twice as hard to be recognized. From the beginning, she carried the weight of her family's name, and with it, the expectations to live up to a legendary legacy. Before making her mark in WWE, Natalya honed her craft across the globe. She wrestled in Japan, learning discipline and technique from some of the best in the world. She competed in England, Canada, and the United States, gaining experience, toughness, and respect in every ring she stepped into. She wasn't just the daughter of Jim Neidhart or the niece of Bret Hart, she was Natty Neidhart, a determined young wrestler, carving her own identity. Her early years weren't glamorous. She wrestled in small venues, sometimes in front of only a few dozen people, facing the physical and emotional grind of the independent circuit. But those struggles only built her stronger. She developed resilience, toughness, and the ability to tell stories through her matches. Fans and promoters soon recognized her as a true wrestler, technically sound, charismatic, and passionate. In 2007, Natalya's lifelong dream became a reality when she signed with WWE. She entered the company at a time when women's wrestling was often seen as secondary, more about glamour than athleticism. But Natalya was determined to change that perception. She carried herself with pride, bringing her Hart Dungeon training to the ring and showing the world that women could be just as technical, just as tough, and just as entertaining as the men. She debuted on WWE television in 2008, aligning with her family's legacy and quickly making an impact. Fans noticed her sharp in-ring skills, her confidence, and her ability to make every match feel meaningful. She wasn't there just to fill a spot, she was there to raise the bar. Over the years, Natalya became a cornerstone of WWE's women's division. Her battles against some of the biggest names, Beth Phoenix, Ali, Charlotte Flair, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, and many others, helped pave the way for what we now call the women's evolution. Long before women were main eventing WrestleMania, Natalya was fighting to prove that they deserved the spotlight. In 2010, she achieved one of the greatest moments of her career by winning the WWE Divas Championship. For Natalya, that victory wasn't just a title, it was validation. It was proof that all the hard work, all the years of training, all the sacrifices had paid off. She had carried the Hart family tradition into a new era and shown that she belonged at the very top. But Natalya's story isn't just about championships. It's about consistency, loyalty, and leadership. She has been one of the most dependable performers in WWE history, always ready to elevate others, always ready to carry the division forward. She trained and mentored countless younger wrestlers, offering them guidance, support, and the wisdom of her experience. Behind the scenes, many credit Natalya for helping shape the new generation of women who would go on to break barriers. Her career has been filled with history-making achievements. Natalya holds the record for the most matches of any woman in WWE history. She also holds the record for the most wins by a woman in WWE. These accomplishments don't just happen by chance, they are the result of nearly 2 decades of hard work, discipline, and love for the craft. Yet, despite her accomplishments, Natalya has remained humble. She never forgets her roots, often paying tribute to her father, her uncles, and her family legacy. Her father, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, passed away in 2018, a heartbreaking moment in her life. But rather than let grief break her, Natalya carried his memory with her, dedicating her performances to him, and keeping his spirit alive every time she stepped into the ring. Beyond the wrestling ring, Natalya has also made an impact as a role model. Fans know her not just as a performer but as someone who genuinely cares about people. She has used her platform to inspire others, to promote positivity, and to represent strength. Her presence on the reality show Total Divas gave fans a closer look into her personal life, showing her struggles, her relationships, and her journey with honesty and vulnerability. She reminded everyone that even superstars have human stories filled with ups and downs. Natalya's journey is one of perseverance. She came into wrestling with the weight of a legendary name, faced the struggles of carving her own identity, and still managed to shine brighter than expectations. She has shown that greatness isn't just about championships or fame, it's about passion, dedication, and the ability to inspire. As fans, when we think of Natalya, we see a woman who carried an entire generation of women's wrestling on her back, often without the credit she deserved. But history remembers those who stand the test of time, and Natalya has done just that. She represents the past, the present, and the bridge to the future of women's wrestling. From the small rings of Canada to the grand stage of WrestleMania, Natalya Neidhart's story is a testament to hard work, resilience, and love for the craft. She has proven that legacy can be honored, challenges can be overcome, and dreams can become reality with enough determination. Her journey continues today, still wrestling, still inspiring, still proving that she belongs among the greatest of all time. And while she carries the Hart family name, she has also created a legacy of her own, a legacy of excellence, passion, and unshakable heart. Natalya is more than just a superstar. She is a symbol of strength for women in sports, a reminder that perseverance can break barriers, and an icon who has helped transform professional wrestling into what it is today. Thank you for joining us on this emotional and inspiring journey into the life of Natalya Neidhart. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to Nation of Glory, give this video a like, and share it with others who love the stories of wrestling legends. Your support helps us continue to bring you powerful stories of the icons who inspire the world. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams and never give up.